Five, four, three, two, one. Happy Tuesday, everybody. Happy Tuesday, everybody. This is your girl, Elisha, coming to you for another Tuesday night live tips for Tuesday. And I'm here as we continue our week. Let me see. Our month, this month, we're doing low cost ways to market your business, products, and services. Okay. Last week, we talked about one of my favorite things to talk about is Craigslist ads. And this week, we are going to get into emails. Emails. Yes, we are giving tips on low cost ways to market your business via email. Now, I don't know about you all, but I'm going to give you some insight tips on what I've done in the past. And the thing about, I love coming here and I love when I go over things that I have done in the past that have worked. Anytime I have done some things and I don't care if one person responded, it worked, you know, and it didn't cost me anything except for my time. Okay. So tonight's topic is low cost ways to market your products and services via email. Okay. So I know you've heard of email marketing. Okay. It is actually a lot of people think that email marketing is dead, is out the water or whatever. But for me personally, I look at email. Email is a form of communication. So it is a way that you touch base, you exchange information with potential clients. Okay. So if people are looking for your products and services and stuff, and you have a way to send information to them electronically, email will do it every time. Okay. So I got some low cost, effective, and versatile ways for you to use your email inbox. Okay. So we are going to get into it. I'm going to give you the official way. Okay. An official way. And the official way is basically using email marketing platforms, as well as I'm going to give you what I call my unofficial, my ghetto ways. Okay. That's the only way I can put it. Okay. It is unofficial. I don't hear a lot of people talking about it, but I'm going to tell you some of the things that I've done and I've got results. Because at the end of the day, that's all we're looking for is some results. Okay? Results. So, being in business, and I've done photography and decorations. So, one thing I've always done with any client, anybody I've talked to, I always ask them, I said, hey, send me your email. I will send you additional information. Because my additional information always has everything I feel like I need to dump to the customer so they can get a clear vision of what they're purchasing, what the services are, what we're exchanging, what they can get done, and then even other options. Okay. So for years, I've always just told my clients, please just send me your email. Send me your email. Send me your email. Send me your email. So even as I have went to workshops and conferences and stuff like that, people have large email marketing, they talk about email marketing and how beneficial it is. And it's so funny because I've actually not even thinking about it, I have just built a big I have all my clients' emails. And I was doing it without that. I actually was building a list and I didn't even know I was building a list. That's what's funny, because I was just doing some stuff off the cuff. I think about it, I find easy ways to do things, and I'm just moving forward because for me personally, I make no excuses of not moving next. Okay. I want something done like yesterday. I'm not sitting there waiting for stuff to get perfect. I'm not sitting there waiting. What can I do? What, Elisha? What can you do today? And that's how I kind of move. So tonight we're going to do email. All right. So I'm going to give you the official way. I'm going to give you a few platforms that you can use for the official way. And a lot of times, okay, so let me just go in here. Okay, let's do the official way. Let me dial back because I'm getting too excited. Okay. So the official way is using email marketing platforms, okay? And so I'm just going to name a few. And this is the traditional route. This is what a lot, if you look in your inbox today, that's what a lot of marketers use. Okay. So if you're getting ads from any of your favorite stores, or if you've signed up for lists and they're telling you about specials and sales and stuff, they are using a certain specific software uh, to send their whole email list. They have your information and they send that out on a regular basis. Okay. So I just named a few, but there are more than just this. Okay. So you have Mailchimp, you have Constant Contact, you have HubSpot, and Flodesk. Those are just a few that I've named. I actually personally use Flodesk, and I went from Flodesk, but I was using something else even before that. Okay. But Flodesk, it was just a little bit more easier for me to use, friendly and different things like that. But you have to look in what best suits you and suits your budget. Okay. At one point, I was using a professional platform, and because I didn't have a large list, it was free. So I was able to send out emails um on their platform for free because I had under a certain amount. But as you build your list and you get bigger and bigger amounts, and that's when there's a fee associated with it, and then you will you know they charge you based on the number of people on your email list. Okay, so that is one of the official ways. Now listen, we're going to talk about the benefits of having a really nice clean professional email platform that you want to send out to your customers. Okay, number one, the design, beautiful professional layout for your newsletters and everything. Another thing is it tracks the opens, the clicks, and the engagements on your emails. Are people opening the email? Do they care about what you're sending and stuff? So you can kind of gauge that with that. Also, one of the benefits too is segmenting your audience, your customer audience. So say, because personally I've had photography, and I've also done custom decorations. And I'm sorry. I had to make sure. Anyway, and I've done decorations. So people who are doing custom decorations, they were located all over the United States. However, they're not interested in local promotions that I'm doing for photography services. So that was a way that I could segment my list. Okay. Stuff specifically goes to this group and stuff goes to this group. Okay. So that's a beautiful thing about those platforms, what you can do, so you can keep nice lists and stuff. And even when you have people sign up to get on your list, you're still able to segment that, certain uh certain you'll have a link to where they can sign up for something that maybe a free download or different things like that, and you're still able to segment those customers for that. Okay. Lead magnet is what I want to say. You might have a lead magnet on your website and they'll sign up for certain things, okay? Also you can set up automations for constantly um reaching out to your customer base, okay? So, once again, like I said, if you're just starting out and you just want to have something nice and professional and clean and stuff, look for the free versions of these as you're getting started and you're building your list. And many of these platforms have free lists. I know for a fact that HubSpot, I do have a HubSpot account. I've never went premium, but they do offer that. So they do have a free account. So they are customer maintenance things. So you might want to look into HubSpot. You might even want to look into Mailchimp. Constant Contact is one that's been around for a long time. And Flodesk, it has a flat rate for sure. Okay. So number two, or we're going to get into what I call the down and dirty but unofficial way of email marketing. So when I was first starting out and beginning and stuff like that, I had began to, like I said, I'll be collecting email addresses and different things like that. I had a whole slew I just had the information I needed to get out to my audience. So what I did, since I was not going to pay for any type of email platform at that time, what I did. Okay, this is the unofficial way. So I'm going to give you a few tips on unofficially reaching your target market and actually marketing yourself. Okay, so what I would do is I would go actually and create me a flyer. I would actually go on Photoshop and I looked at the beautiful templates that I had in my own email. I seen what I liked, and what I would do is I would put together a beautiful, basically a flyer image that looked like a newsletter template. And I would put it as the body of my email, and I would blind copy my email list. So I would just send something if I am having a custom creation special. I'm having a photography special. If I'm doing custom decorations and I'm having a special, I actually would put together an email list. I mean, or an email newsletter or a marketing campaign or anything like that. I would put it as the body of my email. Okay. And I would have a title, you know, hot, hot new specials or, get your pictures done or whatever I was using. And I would blind copy all the people on my email address. And guess what? That was free. That was free. It cost me some time to get it done. Okay? But I was able to reach my target market. I was able to put my hands on people and I could check off I've done something for my business today. And it didn't cost me a fortune. So if you're just starting out and you just want to get started in doing something, hey, create you something. You can go to Canva or wherever you can design a layout and get the word out about your products and services. You don't have to, no excuse. Just get the word out and blind copy your email list and do it all in one. Okay? Make sure to blind copy. Do not put everybody's email out on a copy email or on the two, okay? So that if they do respond back, they're responding back to the whole your whole audience. You don't want that, okay? You don't want that. So make sure, you know, if you're going to use this method, make sure you're blind copying the email address, okay? And like I said, send it on out and, get the word out about your new promotion. All right. Another thing that I used to do as well is I would actually send personalized emails out to previous customers and stuff. So if I knew that I needed to go ahead and get some things going, what I do is I reach out to old customers, customers who have done business with me. I would reach out, I do friendly emails. I still periodically do that. Because I've had great relationships with a lot of my clients, and I do think about them from time to time. And I like to reach out to them and let them know, hey, I am thinking about you. But also, if you're trying to advertise and push, you have a product and service and you want to remind people about what you're doing, you can send out a friendly reminder. I do that from time to time. Greetings. How are you? How are you and your family? And different things like that. Just wanted to check in with you. It's been a while and everything like that. And then kind of give you a little soft call to action. Just a reminder if you need anything or if you know someone who needs our services or anything like that, feel free to reach out to us. Give them our number or anything like that. We'll be glad to assist you in any way we can. Thank you so much. I pray you're doing well and, just keep it moving. I kind of do that regularly, just checking out, genuinely doing that to people and reaching out to them, and just kind of reminding them that you're still there. Everybody might not be on social media. Everybody might not be where you're at that's advertising your business, but a personal email, can touch somebody and it could be very nice. And again, it's reminding people you're still around. You're still here, and this is what I have. These are some of my products and services that I'm offering. All right. And I'm going to go to the next thing that I've used email marketing or sending out emails for, okay? It's called cold outreach. Well, I don't call it cold outreach, but it is kind of a cold outreach to businesses, okay? Now, when I'm on the hustle, I've been on the grind, I've had to pull myself up by my bootstraps and everything like that. Sometimes you got to make things happen. Okay. And if you've ever been a person and your back is against the wall, you got to make some things happen. Okay. And I'm a firm believer if you take one step, God will take two for you. So get to stepping, get to doing something. So I do cold outreaches to I've done cold outreaches. I have literally went to websites such as the Chamber of Commerce, local Chamber of Commerce. I've been to Yellow Pages, and I've been to specific industry specific sites that I get the name of a company, a business, or anything like that. I look through their website. I will find an email address, and guess what? I am going and sending out pitch emails, introducing myself, introducing my services, and how we can be of service to that company. You know, how we could be of service to you. You know, I keep it short, I keep it friendly, and I keep it professional. And I want to let them know this is what I offer and this is how we can help, or I can benefit your company and how you can whatever. You know? I've done this many, many times. I have met many, many people doing this. Okay? Because sometimes we're just sitting around like waiting on something to happen. No, sometimes you just got to make something happen. You know? So these are just some of the ways that I have made some things happen. You know, by sitting at home, it didn't cost me anything but time and thought. I think about what needs to happen. I design up what needs to happen. I pitch what needs to happen, and I keep it moving. You know, and before too long, you'll have a phone ring or you'll have somebody purchase something or whatever because you're making strides and you're making steps to make some things happen. So, again, this is not necessarily broke out in like the way I normally do, like 5 tips or anything like that, but these are just some down and dirty ways that I have used email marketing. And you know, if this could be helpful to you, if you're in a bind, or you don't even have to be in a bind, I'm sorry for using that kind of language, but you know, if you're sitting and you're trying to figure out some things and you're like, I just don't know what I'm doing with that or whatever, you know what I'm saying, just reach out and touch, you know. So these are just some closing things. I just want to kind of bring this chat to a close, you know. Just don't overthink anything. Just start. And think about what you could do, how you can best utilize your email, you know, and reach out to your customers, reach out to potential clients. You know, sometimes you have a warm market, sometimes you have a cold market. Understand how to pitch your service, how to let them know, you know, how you could be of service to them, you know, how you can benefit them and vice versa, you know. And then once again, consistency, it beats perfection, you know. A simple email once a month keeps you on the top of people's mind. You know, if you want to just decide to reach out to the community and let them know a lot of times, hey, would you like to hear from us regularly and stuff? We'll keep you updated on what's going on within us, you know, within our organization or what we're doing. You know, let people know so that they can still opt in, you know, and let them know if they don't want to hear from you, you know, opt out of this service, you know. And also follow up with people. You know, follow up with people, make sure they got the email, make sure they got the correspondence and different things like that, you know? You know, people like to be thought about, okay? So, again, let us know, you know, have you ever heard of these methods? Have you tried any of these methods? Have you done any of these things? Do you use an email platform? Do you use email regularly? You know, let us know. Comment below and let us, you know, let me know what you're doing. Let me know some of the things you've done. I've gave you some of my down and dirty ways. I don't know if it's down and dirty, but I've gave you our unofficial way, you know. But I have officially and I've done unofficial, you know. So again, just to kind of recap, we're just giving low cost ways to market your business via email. The official way is using email platforms, email marketing platforms, that is. I just named a few, but there's many more out there. So make sure you Google and find out what's best for you. I gave Mailchimp, Constant Contact, HubSpot, and Flodesk. You know, and then I've gave ways to use it, and I call it unofficial ways. My budget friendly email hustle. Okay, where I would create a flyer of my products and services and let you know what I'm offering, and I would blind copy it my email list. Okay. The next thing is I will reach out to previous clients I've had and just kind of just send a greeting email, let them know I'm thinking about them and different things, and then just have a soft call to action, kind of a soft marketing email. And another thing I would do is also I would cold outreach to businesses. I would reach out and not have a pitch letter out and pitch our services and tell them how, we're who we are and how we can benefit their business. Okay. So, once again, I am your girl Elisha coming to you for another Tuesday Night Live, giving you these tips for Tuesday. Make sure to check us out on Tuesdays this month. We are doing low cost ways to market your business, okay? Low cost ways here in April to market your business. This week we talked about email. And make sure, listen, I have a couple of electronic guides on our website. Listen, electronic guides on our website. So if you are into photography, okay, I have 30 industries. I have a guide of 30 industries that need your photography services now. And included with that, there's a pitch letter in there, okay? There is a pitch letter in there. So listen, if you're a photographer and you're looking to get some business and you need to pitch some business, go ahead and check that guide out. Also, we also have another guide that has 30 freelance business ideas that you can start today. Okay? 30 freelance businesses that you can start today. All right? So make sure you check that out. The link for those guides and more guides to come is located on our website. I will link that in the comments below or in the description of this video. I thank you so much for joining us. As always, there is more to come. Thank you for joining us tonight. Happy Tuesday, y'all. Have a good night.